Okay, this is just a video version of the wrap how-to, and so I was just going to start off by doing the basics. This is a bare piece of wood, it's a little short handle. What we're going to do is wrap it with a base first. It's going to be red in this case. So what you want to do is you just want to start at the top of your handle there, and just cover the whole thing from top to bottom. Kind of with a single layer there, so just kind of barely catch the edge with it so you don't have too much of an overlap. You can have scissors handy so that you can cut this. Another thing to do is if you just want the bottom as well, you just take another piece of tape, just like that, or maybe two depending on the handle width, and you can just cover it. And you got to pull the rest of this tape back a little bit just so you can flatten that down across, and just so this does not show up, you just wrap back over the top of it so that you have your colored bottom as well. You want to cover up these edges here. And that's it for the base. For the diamond wrap part of it, I'm going to use black, and it's the same thing. You start back at the top of your handle. You're going to kind of put it right at the top line there, and do one wrap all the way across the top there. And once you have that, you kind of want to angle the tape down the handle there so that you have about half of an overlap here, so that half of your next line of tape meets up here, so that you go like that. And the reason for that is when you're doing your diamond wrap, which is just a twist, it's going to make it so that the first twist lands right there on that line. So you're going to come across and you just twist it once over, and then you go all the way around, so 360 degrees with the tape. And that'll leave a little bit of tackiness there if you're using like the hockey tape, and just cloth tape, that'll just be blank obviously, or just plain cloth. You can do it with anything. And you just keep going around, and that should be roughly center along the handle there, and then your diamond will start to form up once you get to the next one, but that's the top part of one diamond there. You come around here, same thing, you're going to want your twist to land right around the middle of there with the tape, so that you do your middle of the tape there again. And you want to start your twist right around here where my thumb is there. You just want to twist and twist again. And then once you're to this point, if your tape gets scrunched up on you, you just spread your tape out like that. And if it gets bunched up too, you just spread it out. Move on to the next portion, and again here you'll start forming a line right around here where you get there, and you just twist your tape and twist again, and there you see the diamonds starting to come in there, and you can adjust this when you start to twist so that your diamond is centered in there. And just continue around to here, do a twist again. You can really start seeing it come here, and you can see where you need to overlap around the tip of it like that. Right here you just need to overlap that portion of it. And if you get these little wrinkles here, that's fine, that's going to happen. So it helps to hold your thumb down on one end and place your thumb right in the middle of where you want your point to be there, so that when you twist, your thumb ends up right there. And that just helps to keep the bunch of when the tape sticks to itself, in this case. It helps to pinpoint where you want it to go. And then once again, you just fold over it so it's just barely over the edge like that. Twist through again. So now we're getting close to the bottom here. And what you want to do is, if you want this here, you need to finish it off so that you have one width away. So that when you get to here, that's going to be your last diamond in there. So it's going to come through. Do your last twist, like that. And then come over, and you see how this right here is still the one width away. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it right across there. So again, this lined right up against the diamond, same as up here and up here. So it gives it that nice finished look, and it doesn't overflow onto your red at the base. So then you just wrap around, and if you come back through on the other side and you have a little bit, like I will have here, you can have a little bit extra tape along the bottom. Still maintain that line there. And then once you get to a certain spot, you can finish it like that. And then if you're not worried about having a bottom like that, you can just fold your tape over, or you can just go through with a pair of scissors, or just, if it's just tape like I'm using here, you can simply just rip it apart, and you get a nice finished edge right along there. You get a cleaner look with scissors too as well. And so there you have it. You have your diamonds all the way down, and these can be adjusted so that you have, you know, a little better looking there. And it just kind of forms a straight line all the way through, and it's one continuous piece of tape. And then you just have your top and your bottom there. I was using cloth tape, which is basically just like a hockey tape or an athletic tape. It comes in a bunch of different colors. I like using this the best. You get a little bit of a tackiness right here, but that, you know, you can use that as part of your grip, and it does wear away. It's not, you know, a super adhesive tape, and it's very clean. It cuts clean. It's very easy to work with, and it's not very expensive either. You can use plain cloth, just like a cloth strip, and just do the same thing exactly. When you get down to the bottom around here, because there's no tack, you know, there's no stick at the bottom, you either need to use like a glue gun, just to put a bead of glue on the back and, you know, fold it over, or you can knot it down here and leave a tail, or you can just knot it, glue it, and leave it. And I've also used tape to tape over the cloth if you have similar colored tape. And there you have it. This is just the wrap how-to in video version. You can find just the picture tutorial and other instructions on deviantart.com. Username Pirate Captain. There you go.